Okay, there we go. Okay, welcome everybody to Coffee and Art in the Morning. I'm Dee Dee, and we're going to start part one, week one of our 12-week file folder fodder project. And I'm going to make this its own video, so I'm going to make it its own video so everybody can find it easily. I'll name it, week one file folder fodder project. And again, guys, it's a very, very simple project. It's not anything like this, the project we did 2 years ago that took a year, nor is it as complicated as the Alphabetica file folder project we did a couple years ago. It's almost like a simplified version, a combination of the two, okay? And let me start off by saying that I'm very happy to have Packer Dye, who I will leave a link to her YouTube in the description box. She will be doing the bulk of the decorating. I'm kind of concentrating on showing you the fodder part. I threw a little bit of decorations on my folders, but Packer Dye, who's an amazing collage artist, is going to try to, as many as possible, decorate the 12 weeks. Granted, now people, she does have small children and she's very busy, so if she has some weeks where she just posts photos on Instagram or Twitter or Facebook, then that's fine as well. I'm happy to have her do whatever contribution she can, and I feel honored to have her a part of the team. Okay, so let's get started. First off, a couple years ago we did this project, and it was a once a month folder, and I had a lot of requests for us to do another similar type project, and so that's what we're going to do. Now, whether we end up putting it in a book, like this is just a Scrabble board with duct tape and rubber bands. I did not decorate this for the purpose of leaving it so everybody could see the the bones of the book rather than the decorating. I like to use the rubber bands in these type of books for two reasons. One, it's easily removable. So for instance, on one month here, we could just slide it like right out with the rubber band, okay, and take it with us, because this is what we did for this year-long project. You carried or used your folder for that month. Now you're only going to use it for a week. But it's not as complicated as this was either. These, we had a lot of question and answers, a lot of more information, and more involved. Okay, but the thing about having a rubber band book like this on your spine is then you can just take the rubber band, slip it back over in any spot in your book. The other thing about the file folder fodder project that's going to be similar to this is the folding. It'll pop out like this. You close your folder and you can decorate it however you want. Again, Packer Dye will be doing this type of more advanced decorating on the folders. But the thing about having just the rubber band in there, then you can pop your folder out and see it front and back, but it's still bound with that first fold. Okay, so again, I'm not going to get into this particular project that we did a couple years ago. I just want to show you an example of how 12 folders look bound in a book. I have not yet decided if our 12-week project is going to be in a folder, in a book form, or if I'm going to decide on a box for it. Okay, so either way, and you're welcome to do it however you want to. You can put it in a book form like this. You can put it in a box. You can just put them on a shelf. Okay, the idea here now is I'm going to give you a theme a week. Okay, I'm going to show you the finished one here in a second. You're going to get a theme a week, so you can carry your folder around with you if you want, or just keep in mind the theme of the week and collect your fodder. All right, so I'm going to show you that here in a minute. The other project that is kind of related that everybody really loved to do was the Alphabetica. What this were individual folders A through Z and folders based on themes. All right, so again, we're going to be doing another themed type folder project, but not this extensive. Obviously, you could do this still. I'll talk about this again in another. I did talk about it a few times. This is not on YouTube and it's not recorded anymore because it was a couple of years ago. But for instance, in this one, like we had letters, shells, bells, color, architecture, maps. I'm just flipping through here and telling you a few of the different ones. And what we did here was we collected, again, reference material. This was collecting reference materials for any projects, whatever your medium was, whether it be mixed media, you know, watercolor, acrylic, whatever it was. This was a way for you to collect your reference material. All right, so, and you can, you know, this is still a viable option if you collect a lot of reference material. And what we did is we decorated the folders. Let me find, where's that map one? What we did is we decorated the folders based on that particular theme. So you're more than welcome to, let me put this box over here to the side. You're more than welcome to decorate your folders based on the theme of the week. All right. Okay, let's see. So I talked about that. All right, so here we go. I'm going to only give you one theme a week. I'm going to show you how to fold this real quick. Week 1, this week's theme is nature. And by nature, I'm only including things like, now again, you're welcome to do whatever you want in yours. But the file, folder, fodder that you collect can be whatever. But I'm not including animals in this one because that was going to come on another week. So when I say nature, I'm more talking about plants. Let me see, I had some samples here. Like trees, plants, mushrooms, shells, rocks, anything like that. Okay, now I'll show you this here in just a minute and get more into. Yes, I'm recording. Thank you, Vicki. Vicki goes, let's make sure you're recording. Yes, I am. Thank you. All right, so I'm going to show you this one in a minute. Again, we're going to have one a week. It's not complicated, and I'm not going to decorate mine very extensively. I'm going to concentrate on the fodder part, and Packer Dye, you'll see her more advanced you know, collage and decorating. Okay, I might go back and decorate mine more later, but for the 12 weeks, I'm going to try to keep mine kind of simple so that you guys can, you know, base your decorations on whatever medium you work in. Okay. Also, I just have a little string tied on here right now to make it pretty, and you know that can be like I can use it for the week. You could just throw a rubber band around it if you're going to carry it around. All right, let me quickly show you how to fold the folders. Again, it's just a regular old file folder. If you have the legal size or other sizes, if you're overseas and have different sizes, the size of the folder is not so important. The only thing that's important is to get 4 pockets, okay, 4 pockets, and to have them all folded consistently. Because if you want to put them in a book, you want them all basically the same size, okay? You want them all the same size. You can have them taller, shorter, whatever. Just have them all the same, okay? I'm going to show you how I folded mine. Very simple. You open the folder. You fold the middle, it's already got a fold there for you, okay? You fold this up 4 inches, fold down 1 inch, and the fold is already there in the middle. Then you fold this in half, and you fold this in half to the middle. Now, there are going to be flaps and gaps depending on where the file folder little tabs are. You know, they'll either be here, here, or here. I just pretty much ignore that for now. Up 4 inches, down 1, halfway in, halfway in. And I keep the folds, I keep the pockets toward the inside. So if your folder is folded like this normally, just bend it the other way, okay? Because the reason you want that is so that nothing falls out. For me, I just fold these in, and I put tape or staple or glue. Same thing for this side. There's a little gap there. I just put a little bit of a decorative card there and taped it. So you have 4 pockets that are enclosed, where when you fold them inside each other, nothing's going to fall out. And again, this is where you would put your rubber band if you put it in a book. And then that way you can pull the whole thing out from the base, the spine of a book. Or if you so want, you could put it in a box. You could put it in another project I want to work on today, but I'll just show you this. You could put it in one of these little containers. However you want, a box, a decorative box, however you want to store them. Now, here's the thing about the 12 weeks. I'm going to show you 12 different themes to collect. However, there are hundreds, if not thousands, of other topics and themes that you can collect your fodder for. So don't be limited to just the 12 themes I'm doing. And if you think of a theme you want to do ahead of time, it may or may not be one of the 12 I do, but it doesn't matter. You can go ahead and do as many as you want based on things you like to collect. If you're big on holidays, for instance, which, by the way, is not one of the 12. Okay, I'll just say that. If you're big on holidays and you collect a lot of holiday fodder for your mixed media, collage, whatever kind of projects you do, then make a holiday. You can make one for every holiday. You can make a Christmas, a Halloween, a spring, a summer, a fall, a winter. You can make, you know, one for any theme you want. Okay. So that's how to fold the folder. Very simple. And the whole project is very simple, guys. I know the other 2 projects that we did a couple of years ago, the Alphabetica and the other book project, way more complicated than this, because this is all you're going to do. All right, so that's how you fold the folder. All you're going to do is based on the theme, and I just put this on there because it looked pretty. While I'm using the folder, I would just put a rubber band, okay? So week 1 is nature. All right, week 1 is nature. I just had this little Prima flower. I just put that on the front, and I put a stamp, and I'm going to tell you all the different types of things you can collect. I have quite a few lists over here, so if you want, you know, write them down. I'm recording, so you don't have to go run get a pencil right now. If you want to, go ahead, but you know, I am recording. Okay, so week 1 is nature. So as you can see here, you open this up, and there are 4 pockets and 4 little categories for your fodder. And you collect these throughout the week. Now, do not feel like you have to fill these folders all in one week. The idea behind this file folder fodder collecting is you can do it all the time. Okay, you can do it all the time. Like, for instance, let's say we're in week 4 and you find something nature. Go back and put it in week 1. Okay, don't feel like you have to kind of complete anything on week 1 or week 2 or 3. It can be an ongoing thing. So if you are a fodder collector, this is a way for you to keep it organized. Granted, it has to be small. This is not for 8.5 by 11 big pages full of reference material. That is what the Alphabetica is for. The big box with big folders, with big reference material. This is for those little things. Those little things that seems, okay, where's my leaf? Where are my little tiny leaves that I had way back when? They're in the big box of ephemera. I can't find them. Well, here you can have a way to organize all those tiny things. All right. The 4 little categories are make. This is anything you make. And I'm going to go through each pocket here in a second. Find. This is anything you find that you just find, okay? Whether it's a leaf in the yard, or let's say you go to the store and you find a sticker set of leaves. You're finding those, okay? Even if you purchase them, you're finding them. You found it in a store, okay? Have. This is anything you already have in your stash, in your collections, whatever. This is anything you have. Given. These are things that people have given you, or or you have traded for. Okay, so if you are really getting into collecting your fodder and you have a friend that is doing the same kind of thing, you could trade. So given or traded. Now, I'm going to show you something Carrie and I traded because we've already traded it. It's not for this week. It's, whoa, sorry guys, hold the horses here. Hang on. My tripod, sorry guys, it always happens, right? My tripod got hung up on a piece of my fabric on my chair. It's okay. We're going to work with it. Don't panic. Don't panic. It wouldn't be one of my shows if something didn't fall, right? Okay. It's okay. All right. We're going to situate ourselves again. Let me pin up my cord there. All right. All righty. Hold on. Okay. It's okay. Yeah, it's okay. Those things just happen. It doesn't, it happens. All right. So Carrie and I traded, even though this has nothing to do with this week. Okay, but it may be a hint for something in a further week. Carrie drew this. We traded birds. Let me take off that email thing here. We traded birds. Carrie hand drew this. So here's an example. Here's an example of where you can trade something. Okay. So she drew this, and I drew her the chockaboo, and we traded. So this, and I printed it out bigger. I'm going to print a smaller version out. I'm going to print a smaller version out to fit in a fold in one of the pockets later. I know, isn't that good? So there's our Carrie Love. She's oh, I can't draw. I'm not an artist. Okay, here's one of Carrie's. So just saying. Just FYI. I know, isn't it awesome? So what I'm saying is that you can trade. Now I don't want to catch my chair on this again. You can trade things to put in your file folder fodder project. All right, so now I'm going to go through and show you what I have in mind. Let's see. I do need to move, hang on, I do have to move the camera over just a little. All right, so there we go. Because I got too far away from chat and I don't want to call it a craft-a-lanch, it was a tripod-a-lanch. Okay, so again, this week is nature. I will link Packer Dye's link to, she's going to be doing much more extensive decorating than this. I just put some stickers along the bottom and, just did this. And I have a whole list of things that you guys can use and collect. You may think, oh, I don't really have anything to collect. If you have a set of leaf stamps, here's a feather I just stamped on here. You have a collection of something to put in here, okay? It seems further away. Well, it didn't go higher or lower. It just shifted to the side a little. Not sure, Vicki. It's the same height because it's attached to a tripod, so the tripod leg didn't. I could try to lower it a little. Hang on. Okay, I'll lower the tripod a little. Let's see here. Hang on, guys. Just beep. Give me a second. Let me back her up. Beep, beep, beep. I'm just going to be careful not to. How's that? Is that a little better? Okay. Yeah, sorry for that, guys. It just, those things happen. All right, so let me show you everything that I have in each pocket. Well, see, it makes it fun. You see these things happen, right? All right. So, again, make, find, have, and given. Those are the 4 different categories for you to collect that theme of the week. So you can just kind of, no, you're not, Vicki. So you can collect based on those things. I had Denise, I gave her the list for the year, and she goes, oh, I'll look around for things at yard sales and, you know, when I'm at the, you know, out and about. So she's collecting things for me too. That could be given in, put in the given, okay? All right, so let me show you how I did little, let's see, let me move that out of the way and just keep that kind of there for a little bit of a focus. All right, hopefully we're still in focus after that tripod trip over. Okay, so here we go. In the make section, and these are just a few of the ideas. I'm going to read you a whole bunch more things off, okay, that I either don't have or may want to still collect and do, all right? Denise will make me throw it all away, Vicki, oh my gosh. All right, so here are a few of the postcards that I had made. And again, I'm going to show you, I'm just going to, in this segment, I'm going to just talk about just the file folder project. But I'm going to do another show after this one. After I finish this, I'm going to do another part. Not that there's a part 2 to this. I'm just saying in my regular schedule show today, I'm going to talk more about clip art. Okay, so, and show some older projects and things I've done with clip art after we do this. But I want to just record this segment just as is so everybody can find it. Okay, yeah, the tripod trip over. Okay, so these are clip arts that I have found in old vintage clip art books, and I just, you know, made them big, okay, and printed them out on cardstock, and we colored them in. I say we because this was a project I had done, you know, a couple years ago on stream. Then added stamping, there's stamping, all kinds of little coloring, stamping, designs. So these are some postcards that I had made, okay? That's going in the make, but it's nature. I also have these little tags. Now I did not make the tags, but you could make tags with different kind of paper that have nature themed, and I did add the string to it, okay? So that's going in the make, okay? In the find, okay, I found these old Easter seal stamps. They're not real stamps, they're Easter seal stamps. So that's what I used to like decorate here. So I just put that in the found. Envelopes. I'm going to show you all different ways to hold your fodder. Hold your fodder. That tickled me. Okay, and washi tape. I use washi tape that had a floral theme. Okay. I also use washi tape to close the edges here. Close the edges of the folders so that things don't fall out. All right, so in this envelope, I've just put, I have all these little ephemera, well, not ephemera, what do you call them? Faux ephemera, I guess. Well, they're little pieces of, from scrapbook kits, the little die cuts. The little die cuts, I had these little die cuts of flowers, leaves, shells. So all these I just put in this little, this one I hand drew. But all these tiny little bits like this that you wonder, oh, where are those? I wish I could find those. That's what I do anyway, okay? Because they're usually in a big box of something or in baggies full of this kind of stuff. So if we collect things up like this by theme, you're going to be able to find it much easier, all right? So I just used a little one of these envelopes and a little bit of washi tape there, and that goes in the find. In the have, of course, we all have a lot, it seems like. Okay, I had this little paper clip with a little flower on it, so I just used that. These I had from the Flow magazine. Nature tags, bits of pretty nature paper that I really love. Now, this is all stuff I really love. This is like a little faux, not a faux, it's a real envelope thing which you can mail someone a letter in, but I loved the pattern and the nature on here. Same thing for this. So I used one of those pieces of paper to wrap up other tags and other little bits. Okay, so making the holder for each of these is to me part of the fun of it. So I just made that little pocket. You can use your decorative napkins. Again, I just put a little piece of washi tape there, but I left the top open, okay, so I can pull out my some of the, I could have put this in the made section too, but I already had these. These are bits of my cameo silhouette cutouts, okay, that are nature themed. There's some feathers, and these I ran through the jelly plate. So they're just different little bits that you could either put this in the have or the made, whatever. It's just a regular size folder, not a legal size. But like I said at the beginning of the show, you can use any size folder as long as you make 4 pockets. The size of it doesn't matter as long as you have 4 pockets. And that's it. You know, and you just keep them all kind of the same size because you're going to put them either in a book or a box. All right, so there's that. Then another option, and I'm going to give you a list of options that you can use to make your little packets. You can make little packets, little holders, little envelopes. Hang on. Hey, I'm streaming. I'll call you right back. Okay. I wanted this section to kind of just be in its own, and all these things are happening, but it happens. Okay, so anyway, this is, what's the difference between the find and the have? Well, finding, I consider that more outside of your house. Finding like in a store, at a yard sale, a leaf on the ground, that would to be find. Finding somewhere else, not in your stash. Have is more what you already have in your house. Finding is more, you know, outside of your stash. Okay, that's how I consider that. Given could be a trade. You could be given it by somebody, or even if it came in the mail. Let's say you had some, junk mail come to you. It was given to you. That junk mail was given to you. But you can make this work for you, okay? It's not a hard, fast rule. Make it what works for you. The idea is to collect your fodder all in one place under one theme. All right, so in this little, I made this out of parchment paper. You know, parchment paper on a roll. And I just made it with some, you know, washi tape and a little bit of parchment. And in here I put all my vellum. These are like, and so I put it in a parchment. You could put it in a vellum. You could put it in, you know, I'm going to give you a list of ways you can put these things. Okay, let me get them all out here. So these are all vellum. I don't want to say chipboard. Vellum die cut things. Like here's some little butterflies, little flowers, ferns, and we all have different variations of these kinds of things, whether they're vellum, whether they're so I just have all these different kinds of little things like that I put in a parchment envelope. Okay, and just with washi tape, so I can just close it like that. Okay, so that's some things that I have. Then some things that I've been given. I've had this forever, and I don't even remember who gave it to me or why I had it, but it's a little, it's just a little brass stencil with butterflies, and I thought about later maybe even decorating my folder with this. But for now, I just put it in there. And then one of y'all sent me this little envelope here. I put some little, these are little bits of cutouts from like clip art books and that kind of thing. Okay, they're just little bits. These are some little mushrooms. So I just put them in this little envelope that someone had given me. Okay, so that goes in there. Again, a little flower doily. Some napkinage. Now, on the napkins, I did take off the back layer and cut it down to just the piece I wanted to keep. Okay, so all you guys organize your crafters, you there we go, Teresa. Yeah, but it's fun, and it's just a little project. You know, I'm not saying you have to organize your whole craft room using this thing here. Okay, then I have this is some other. It's a bag. It's like a kind of a vellum bag. I don't know if it came, you know, from the craft store or what. But again, what I put in here, these were stickers that Denise had given me that she'd found years ago. Somebody was selling all their craft supplies. They were downsizing and moving, and they were selling all their stickers and all this. Well, Denise found all these stickers for me, and so she had given me all different types of stickers. Well, some are used, some are partially used, you know, but they're all nature themed. So I put all my nature stickers in a bag, and that goes in the given, okay, along with this and this. And then I have this little bit of, one of you girls wrapped up something and sent it to me in this nature looking tissue paper. So tissue paper is another idea that you can use to make little packets. So basically you're making little fodder packets, envelopes, or even loose, you know, as long as they fit in your individual little pockets. So in here, in the tissue one, I have all kinds of die cuts that are flowers. So I kept all my die cut flowers together. Okay, so however you want to, you know, sort your fodder is up to you. These are just some ideas. Okay, so let me see if I can. I took some time to put that in there, so let me just kind of do this for now. Oh, well, let me do this so you can see it. All right, so that is this week's theme is nature. Okay, again, make, find, have, or given. And you don't have to put everything you own in here. Not suggesting that all your ephemera and loose bits are going to fit in one folder. Okay. But the idea for this is to have a folder, a file folder fodder project that you can either put in a book or in a box, and you can continuously make other themes. Okay, not just the 12 that I'm going to give you. Like I gave you the example of a holidays. If you want one for every holiday, okay, yeah. So yeah, so and hi everybody coming in. So let me go ahead and finish this because I am going to make this its own recording, and then we'll go ahead and do another project after this. I wanted to keep this week 1 file folder fodder project, so anybody trying to find the recording can find this easy enough. I already showed how to fold it, and I gave it all the basics a minute ago. All right, so let me go ahead and give you some of the extra tips that you can use throughout the 12 weeks, things you can collect, things you can use to use for, like, you know, tissue paper, napkins, parchment paper, envelopes, tags. Those are just a few. Let me go ahead and give you a few others. Again, with nature, I'm considering things like plants, trees, shells, non-animal type nature, because we're going to have some other things like I showed you the bird Carrie drew. That will be coming, you know, in a future week. So let me tell you some of the things that you can use to wrap your bundles with. All right? Deli paper, maps, tissue paper, book paper, parchment, vellum, wax paper, paper bags, decorative candy. I'm not sure what this was, if this one was a candy wrap or what, kind of bags that you buy to put, give away candy in. So decorative candy bags, clear bags, small baggies, like the little ATC baggies. Let's say you found some little leaves outside and you may not want dying, crumbly leaves to be in your folder. Put them in those little tiny, those little baggies, the little clear ones, the little jewelry bags. Fabric, you could wrap it in bits of fabric. Napkins, okay? So that's just some of the things that you can wrap your little bundles in to make it fun, okay? You can close them up with washi tape, regular tape, staples. You could use string to tie them, baker's twine, embroidery floss. You could sew, staple, however you want to close the ends here. So you can tie, tape, wrap, staple. Some of the things that you might want to also add are, like I had the stickers, all kinds of ephemera, die cuts, whether it's your Cameo die cuts or the bot die cuts, or even things that you've cut out yourself, okay? If you have clip art and things like that, or the coloring books, little bits that you want to make a copy of and cut out. Things that you stamp. We all have tons of stamps. This may be a way for you, unless you're like Rach and has a whole room full of stamps. I don't mean that. But if you just have a few nature stamps, stamp them out. You could even just stamp them all on the actual folder so you know what nature stamps you have. Or Rachel or Paula, that's a whole nother collecting idea in and of itself. You can also wrap your bundles in your local newspaper, magazines, magazines based on theme. If you do gardening, I'm sure you have a gardening magazine, a pretty calendar, those thin dollar calendars that have flowers on them. Cut those down and make your own little envelopes. So there's tons of stuff like this. No, the Alphabetica was way before I started uploading to YouTube, AJ. That's a couple, 2-3 years ago, at least 2. And so I do not have a recording for that. But maybe another time I'll go through the Alphabetica again. I do have it. I did talk about it on one of the recordings, but I didn't do a full show on the Alphabetica. You can have written cards. You can have like things that you might want to have field notes on. If you're really into nature and photographing and drawing nature, have cards where you could write information down on it. I found this acorn, I found these pictures. I took pictures of acorns on this date. Anything like that. Anything that has to do with nature that you want to collect or keep. Okay, it could be a photograph. It can be anything. So don't say, can I do this or can I do that? Of course you can. You can do anything you want. Okay. All right. So let's see, what else do I have here as far as information for. And so anyway, the idea is for you to kind of be aware that week of this theme. So for week 1, just be aware of collecting things that have to do with nature. And because it's just one file folder, you can carry it with you, or even just have, some kind of a little, if you have your Fodder or Midori's or whatever, and you find something nature related, throw it in there when you get home. Figure out where you want to put it in your folder. Okay, let's see if I have any other notes here on that. I got something else for the show. Let's see, for the regular show. Okay, I think that's pretty much all the basic information. And again, you can see how it's really a simple project. Thanks, Eileen. It's very simple. It's not as complicated as the one that we did monthly a couple years ago, nor is it as complicated as the Alphabetica as far as having to decorate huge folders for each of your themes, which is fun too. If you find that you're collecting tons of nature stuff, then you might want to go into an Alphabetica boxed file system to collect your fodder, your ephemera, your reference materials. Okay? But this is a simplified, downsized version of that. Yes, this will be the same every week, Mountain Teresa. Make, find, have, and given. That will be the same every week. Okay? Decorating the folders will be totally up to you. Again, Packer Dye will be showing either on videos or photographs of how she decorates her folders based on the theme of the week. Okay? All right, so this week is nature. I'm keeping mine very simple. You can make it as simple as complicated as you want. You could just paint your whole folder green, back and front, and have a green folder with the word nature on it. It's totally up to you. Okay, you can collage it, decorate it, make it fancy, make it plain. Okay, so is there any questions before we wrap up this segment? Because I just wanted to kind of keep this show in and of itself. Yeah, everybody has fodder. Okay, so last call for any quick questions before I stop this recording. Again, I'm getting ready. Oh, I'll show you one more thing that's kind of another thing to collect is not Packer Dye. Packer Dye is doing the decorating. APG Jamie just sent me happy mail that I'm going to show in the next section. But some of the here's some of the stamps she sent. Okay, so stamps, when you have canceled stamps that have things on, that could go in a little baggie. You know, your canceled stamps that you get throughout the year. Put them in one of the little ATC jewelry bags and put that in the given. You know, things like that. You'll find for yourself, you're going to find all different kinds of versions of things that you'll want to keep. Okay. All right. Well, I think that's it for now. I'm going to go ahead and stop this recording, and I will be right back for our regularly scheduled show. And hopefully everybody, if you do have any questions from the recording, just put them in the comments section. For some reason, YouTube's comments are not being emailed to us anymore. I'm not the only one. Apparently, a lot of people have been saying, I'm not getting my comments in the email. So we have to diligently go check our comments now because we're not being notified when we get a YouTube comment. Also, some people, for whatever reason, maybe it's their privacy settings, do not have a reply button. They ask me a question, but there's no place for me to reply to them personally. I don't know why that is either. I think that has to do with your personal YouTube settings. So sometimes I'm not able to reply to you personally when you ask a question, and I have to just answer it in the general comment section. So look for your answers in that section too. All right, guys. So I hope everybody's going to have fun with the file folder fodder project. Again, you could just wrap it up with something pretty while you're working on it that week, or just a rubber band, whatever works for you. All right, so I'll be right back, guys, and talk to you in a minute.